so this time we're going to combine line and mass. So it doesn't matter whether you start with mass first or whether you start with line. Is the pose? Here's the pose. All right, so what you want to do is you want to look at, I'm going to look at the shoulders here. They tend to be at an angle. And the body, though, tends to have a long line that comes in this way and then splits at the waist, or the groin, and then comes down to the ground here. So in general, I've tried to create the basic structure, the skeleton of the figure. And then what I'm looking for is, I see the shapes of the triangles that are formed by the arms, and then the head is in here. And as I told you earlier, you don't want to focus too much on details. You just want to get a simple shape. And now I'm working by going around in circles to the knee, and I'm thinking of the volume, and I'm thinking of the direction of the foot, and I can try to maintain contact. Now granted, her stance is a little bit too broad here according to the way I've drawn it, so I'm going to, it is a gesture drawing, it is a searching line drawing, so I can readjust this, and I could stop now and you'd still have an idea of what the form is, that the arms are here. I might decide it needs to be higher, that I'm drawing in circles and lines and straight lines, and in doing that, here's the elbow coming out. And when you name things, it makes things harder for you to draw. The main thing that you're thinking is not subject matter, but direction of mark, and then before you know it, you've got it. But if you name it, you're dead in the water, because you're thinking it's got to look like that. So here I am. This is a line and a mass drawing, in that the mass is now starting to be developed, right? I'm starting to look at it in regards to the space that the figure occupies and the type of shape that we're dealing with. Okay? The shapes that we're dealing with are, in general, basic geometric shapes like the sphere, which would, in a flat shape would be a circle. A sphere is a three-dimensional volume of the circle, and so what you try to do is to make it look like it has volume and weight to it. All right, so then if you take a square, the three-dimensional complement of that would be a box, like this, a cube. And so if you start off by making the mass gesture, that would end up filling it in like that, and then looking for some way to define the planes by changing the value of the surface, then you get a feeling for more three-dimension. The one thing that the human form has is it rarely does it have any real boxy forms, but when it's easier to think box, it's easier to think cylinder, it's easier to think pyramid or cone. So another three-dimensional element for a circle could be, if you have a circular top, it could have a conical extension. So when we're dealing with that, you see that in arms a lot. You see in different parts of arms. You see it whether it ends up being a cone, or it could end up also being a four-sided pyramid. So as you look at the subject, you have to make a split-second decision about whether it is going to be one or the other in this particular drawing.